Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to the Lunch Table Podcast. I'm here with Rome. How are we today, Rome?
Man, we're great. Great turnout for the first session. I think it like doubled what we were expecting. So
Yeah,
appreciate y'all listening. It meant a lot. I'm just excited for today, man. It's been a great, oh God, it's been a really, really great week for sports. So I'm excited to talk about it today.
yeah, absolutely. And I'll jump right into the Devo with today, like every other day, we're going to do the Devo before we talk about any sports. And then right after, we'll get to the little bit of Ryder Cup, some golf talk today. But the verse for the Devo today is Timothy 4:8. Physical
First
training
Timothy.
is
First
1
Timothy.
Timothy 4:8. Physical training is of some value, but godliness is of value in every way, as it holds promise for the present life and also for the life to come. And I know that as athletes, me and Rome have spoken before about putting our sport before God and how to avoid that and how to avoid putting anything before God in your life. And as easy it is as it is to prioritize other things, it's much more rewarding to chase God over chasing your goals in any material thing. And I think as an athlete, you get blinded by that because the sport or your choice of whatever you pursue can become 90% of your life. I know that me and Rome, both high school athletes, and I think we spoke at a class at D Now about this,
Hmm. Yeah.
our senior year. And
Hmm.
it was a lot of make sure that God's the first thing in your life and don't put golf, basketball, whatever it is above him, and make sure that you're pursuing him, and you won't have to pursue your goals as hard because God will let the things fall into place in your life. And
Hmm.
the way that the reason I chose this with physical training be a part of the verse is, as Rome knows, I'm really big into working out. Like, want to pursue bodybuilding at some point in my life, and it's very easy to get distracted and let that be what I'm thinking about all the time instead of pursuing God or pursuing my faith. And I can speak for everybody on that because everyone has that thing in their life that they pursue, and it becomes too much and too stressful for them. They worry about it, and it's just a lot easier to chase your goals and to be not as stressed out for one if you pursue God over those things, over the material things. And your faith in Christ needs to come first. And everyone's I mean, no one's perfect. No one's going to have that be the way in their life all the time, but it needs to be your goal, and you need to be able to pursue him. And Rome, if you have anything to add to that, feel free.
Yeah, man. Like you were saying, like God's gonna give you that peace that surpasses all understanding. Only He can give you that. None of the material things in this world hold
Absolutely.
any eternal value, like whatsoever. Like we love the things of the world, like we love sports, we love, all the things, like whatever that may be. But at the end of the day, it's just not really worth anything eternally. So,
Yeah.
and I mean, I'd be lying if I said I was perfect. Like even now, keeping God first all the time. I mean, I still have things get in my way. But just lean on Him, y'all, and He'll come through every time. He ain't gonna let you down. Never has, never will. But yeah, man, Griff, good stuff. Next week it'll be me again. Don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but I have like kind of an idea. But we're gonna jump in. We're starting a little different this week. Start with the Ryder Cup. And Griffin, I don't know if you got to catch a lot of the Ryder Cup.
Yeah,
Man, it was
unfortunately, I
in
did.
it was in the news all weekend for good
Yeah.
reason. Group play, Europe dominated, absolutely
Hmm.
dominated the U.S. Also, first of all, if you don't know what the Ryder Cup is, it's an event every 2 years between the best golfers from Europe and the best golfers from America. So this year we hosted, it was at Bethpage Black in Pennsylvania, I believe, right? Great venue. It's like U.S. Open course every however many years.
I'm
Um,
sure.
but man, it was a great one, and it got to singles, and the U.S. like was clawing back, and like we had a
Yeah.
chance. Um, we
And
had
then
a chance
Russell
to
Henley
kind of
leaves
win.
the winner cut a foot short, dude.
We're gonna
I,
get on Russell Henley here in a minute, but we're gonna start with the thing that started the day off, and that's Victor Hovland pulling out. And this is the
yeah.
old Ryder Cup rule. That this is super weird to me because like I'm a new golf fan. Like I've been around golf all my life. Like I lived on a country club for 18 years of my life. I've been around golf, but not familiar with the Ryder Cup rules because I really haven't seen too many people pull out. Victor Hovland pulls out in his match against Harris English,
Yeah.
and they split, they half it, and they don't give Henley the full point. Now, in hindsight, it's 14 and a half to 13 and a half. Europe still wins, but say that Henley gets that full point, man, it could have just given the U.S. some confidence early.
Yeah.
Like, what? I don't really know. Like, can we change that going forward? What do you think?
And with golf being as mental as it is, that point would have mattered a lot more going into the day. And,
Yeah,
a lot of the Americans got off to a slow start, and that could have been, especially Bryson. Bryson was like five
yeah.
down through like 7 or 8 holes. And,
He scratched and clawed back in half.
yeah, maybe if we have that point, there's a little bit more of a fire under us to go out and try and come back. And not that we didn't almost do that, but with that extra point, it's like, hey, we have a little bit better shot. Maybe they go out there and get to a little more hot start, and we do end up with another point or so. But, it is what it is. And, if he's injured and can't play, I feel like it's hard to penalize either team over them actually being injured. But I can also see the argument for America should have gotten the full point. But like you said, golf's a lot of old written rules that it's like playing the divots in the fairways. If you smack it into the middle of the fairway and you're in the middle of a divot,
Play
I
that
mean,
thing where it
you
lies.
have to
Dadgummit.
hit the
I
ball.
mean,
Yeah.
yeah, you do.
And it's just golf's a lot like life. There's some unfortunate scenarios even when you're just doing everything you can perfectly. It's gonna screw you at some point.
Yeah,
I mean, the golf
it
course is
is.
gonna golf course you, and that's just how it goes. And that's just that's how golf is. And there's not much else to it. I mean, I could see either side of that coin in that argument. Maybe it needs to be changed. Maybe it doesn't. But at the end of the day, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered, like you said, score-wise from what it actually ended up being. So
Yeah.
it's up to
And
perspective.
yeah, for those of you who don't know, Griffin, college golfer for 2 years. Me, probably like a 25 handicap. Like, there's two completely different sides of the spectrum here. Like, I'm a casual golf enjoyer. I love just like going and playing, but I'm not good. Never have been. But Griffin, on the other hand, very good golfer. But so you're getting both perspectives here. But we're going to talk about the best player in the world, not really playing like it. Scotty Scheffler
Yeah.
has had Ryder Cup worries the last 2 times. He's only played 2 Ryder Cups, right? I believe. And,
Yes.
he didn't really ball out in the first one, but like he wasn't the number one player in the world yet. Not this dominant guy that we know. And Scotty rolls up into this Ryder Cup, like we're expecting, all right, Scotty's going to carry. Like Scotty, like every time he plays, we're getting a point, we're splitting or something. But Scotty goes 1-4, no halves, only gets us 1 point. Man, I'm not saying Scotty Scheffler's not a clutch player, but man, in that group play, you gotta win. You got like golf's an
Yeah.
individual sport. I get that, but man, you gotta give us something in that group play. Like you have to.
I think a lot of the issue with the group play thing is Europe wants it worse than we do,
Yep,
other than
sure do.
Justin Thomas. No one wants it more out there than that man. Justin Thomas
Nice.
wants to win that golf tournament
Hmm.
so bad. He wants it more than he wants to breathe. I mean, you can see his
Yep,
energy. He's into it. But I disagree with a couple of guys we brought this year. And
I
like
agree.
Scotty played bad, but you have to bring Scotty. Like you say, he's the number one golfer in the world. He took down Rory the last day when they played match play
Yep.
head up. But
Hmm.
I think the group play, there's just a lot more chemistry in the European team, and they want to beat us more than we want to
Yep.
beat them. I feel like all around, and I I don't see. I wouldn't have called that Scotty went 1-4 this week at all. And
Hmm.
I mean, it's like Cam Smith that we brought, or not Cam Smith,
Cam Young.
Young.
Best
I
sponsorships on
apologize.
the PGA Tour, by the way. Jack, if you're watching this guy is sponsored by Peter Millar and the MLB. Like, dude, you
Yeah,
can't beat that at all. I love Cam
yeah.
Young,
He
and he
he
did
goes
win
there
his
and he
match
balls
play.
out. Yeah.
Yeah, 100%. I love Cam Young. He's awesome.
Right, and you bring the number one in the world, and Bryson, which I think's the number, he's top 5 to 10 minimum, and
Yeah.
he also didn't look. I mean, he wasn't one of the worst ones on our team, but he didn't look great. Which I mean, when you're as far behind as, excuse me, America was the first day,
Hmm.
it's hard to think that any of them played really well.
Right.
But I think you have, as much as I don't like the guy and as much of a sleazeball as he is, Patrick Reed should be there. I feel like he's earned his right to be there. He's played
I
good in the
don't
Ryder
like the
Cup.
guy, man.
I
No
don't
one
either.
likes him. You're not going to
No,
win
no,
group play with Patrick Reed on your team. Like, you're not, because they hate him. They don't like him.
they They do hate him, but he's a great Ryder Cup player, unfortunately.
He's
And
a
so is
great golfer,
Speed.
man.
And
Yeah,
Speed,
but Speed's not.
Speed's not played great, and Speed didn't play good
No.
enough to be there.
Mm.
But
Yeah.
I feel like chemistry goes a long way, and with him and JT having the chemistry that they do, I feel like
Yeah.
at some point Keegan Bradley has to take a step back, and instead of bringing Ben Griffin or Russell Henley, some of these guys that play good as of late, bring your guys you trust in that tournament.
Tell
Because
you this too,
like,
though. Ben Griffin, I'm gonna cut you off. Ben Griffin played one match in the whole tournament. One. You know what he did? He
yeah,
won. He won.
he
Ben
did win.
Griffin went 1-0. Mac,
He
you're
did.
watching this. Mac Wilcoxon is the biggest Ben Griffin fan I know, and Ben Griffin did exactly what he was
Yeah,
supposed to do, and he won us a point.
he
But
did.
I'm gonna go into this right here. We're gonna talk about the live, and live is kind of it's kind of died off, like people hating on live because like live's kind of cool to me. Like I like the concept of it.
Yeah,
They play 3-day golf and they play team golf, which is exactly what the Ryder Cup is. Is there an advantage to potentially bringing and picking live players from now on? Like we didn't see Brooks, we did see Bryson, but we didn't see Brooks Koepka, who's a multiple-time major winner. I'm
yeah,
pretty sure he won a tournament at Bethpage. I'm pretty sure. I don't know,
he
like
did.
100%.
I think he,
But
I believe he won the U.S.
he
Open at
has the course
Bethpage.
record at
He
Bethpage
has
Black.
the course record at the golf course. Yeah,
I'm not the Ryder Cup captain by any stretch of the imagination. First of all, Keegan should have picked himself, 100%. Keegan Bradley should have been playing in that tournament because you said no one wants it
yeah,
more than Justin Thomas. Keegan Bradley wants it more than
yeah,
Justin Thomas. He's the
absolutely.
only one. And Brooks Koepka, like him or not, I've never minded him, and I think he's a winner. I think he's a great golfer, and I think he would have been great in this. But I mean, picking live guys, what do you think? I know you're like a PGA purist, but
I mean, I'm not as far of like I love the live, but like at the end of the day, like people hate it, but if the guys that are like like DJ and the Brooks and some of those guys that were even in their like prime, you don't see 100 million pop up every day.
no, Griffin, you are like frozen right now.
I
Don't know
see
what the deal
that.
is.
I'm trying to figure it out here. Well, I'm trying
Um,
to bring my cam back up, but y'all will have my audio either way.
yeah,
Um,
you can go. You can go audio if you want to, for now,
yeah, I
and then
may
we can put
have
it back
to.
up in a second. There you go. That's
But
fine.
anyway, the the whole live being an advantage thing, I feel like live can help and hurt players. Like you saw Cam Smith go from number one to top five golfer in the world, and he goes to live, and he hasn't really been in contention for a tournament since he joined live.
No,
I feel like some of those guys get the money and get lazy, and some of them, like you see Bryson, is like went from one of the most disliked guys on tour to now he's probably the most popular golfer on tour. If I'm
yeah,
being total,
100%. Oh, um, I don't know where Griffin went, but I'm gonna text him. This is not good, guys. Oh wait, he's back. I think.
okay, yes, I'm back.
Okay,
I had to refresh
you're
my
here.
laptop. I don't know what happened right there. I apologize, guys. I should be able to edit that out, Rome, so we should be okay. But like I was saying, like
Yeah,
you
yeah.
have some of these live guys. Like I feel like it's still golf. At the end of the day, you have to step over. You have to hit the golf shot. But there could be an advantage in the live
Mhm.
play because it is team based, and it's not exactly like the Ryder Cup, but like it's more of you have to have chemistry with other golfers to win the tournament. And on the PGA, there's
Mhm.
hardly ever any team events. There's a couple two mans and stuff here and there where you'll see some teams or like you'll have the guest tournaments where a pro plays with like a celebrity or like someone family or something like that. But
Yeah.
you could have a point there
Mhm.
where I don't know the record of the live guys this week versus the non-lim guys. I don't know if they had a winning record or a losing record.
I should have
I,
totaled that up. That's
I
lazy
it,
journalism by me, but I mean, I'm sure
it,
it's not
I
that
don't know.
bad.
Like some of the live guys, like there's live guys winning tournaments. Like Kepka won a major after joining live. Bryson won a major after joining live.
Mhm.
Like these guys are.
Bryson's been in contention for a
Yes,
lot more too.
absolutely.
Like
I mean, he's been top 10 a few times, I believe, and I mean, there's good golfers on
yeah.
live. There just are, and you know, at the end of the day, whether you like it, you don't like it, if someone threw 150 mil for me to go play less golf and guaranteed money, I'd have a hard time turning it down too. You know, I mean, and at the end of the day, like if Cam Smith thinks he's playing the best golf of his life when he's at his peak to go join Live, they're not going to offer him more money a year later if he's not playing as good. You know, that might have been the most money he could have ever made.
Facts.
So
100%. I'm thinking of Rahm as a Live guy too. Like Rahm was one of the best golfers in the world, and you know Rahm hasn't really been able to play like at a high level of singles since he's joined Live, but. And I thought he played great this weekend. I thought he had a great Ryder Cup. We're going to move on from the Live talk. We're going to talk about automatic qualifying for a minute. And I've always thought this is stupid because it's just a different game. You can play great in the Barracuda Championship, but you can't play great in the Ryder Cup. I mean, there's levels to the game here. Like Russell Henley, automatic qualifier, leaves the putt a foot short to basically sell your whole country. I don't really know. This isn't a Russell Henley hate podcast. However, the good old saying, can't leave a birdie putt short. Can't leave a putt with the whole world watching short either.
It live, and as soon as he did it, I think the words that came out of my mouth is what you can't do. Is that right there? Like
you can't do that. You can't do that. I was like, as a 25 handicap golfer, I looked at that thing. I said, "Are you serious right now?" Mean, like that just happened. You walk. Guys, if you're watching live, he walked to the other side of the cup, walked the line. Like he was examining this putt for a good 2 to 3 minutes.
He also did not pull one of his teammates to read the putt, I might add, and then left it short. When like everyone else is like helping each other, getting their teammates to read a putt, this guy's like confident, stepping up to it. He doesn't need another read from a teammate or another guy. And just
if he blows it past the hole, I'm not mad. I'm not mad. You blow it past the hole, man. That happens. That's just golf. But like leaving it short, like come on, man. It's like a 10-footer. Like, you can't leave that short.
And he putted the ball well up until I think he missed one on maybe 15. It was one of his last few holes coming in before 18. He missed like a 12-footer for birdie 2 to win a hole. And
am I tripping or like he had like was it him that had like 8 birdies in the round or something like that? Was that him?
I'm not sure.
Like
I know Justin Rose had like 7, 8 in a row or something on one putts, or like 8 one-putts in a row or something crazy. But I really didn't watch. I watched the back 9 of the last day. I didn't watch a whole lot of because I figured we were at it. I'm gonna be totally honest. I wasn't really paying any attention. Then I saw that we could come back, and I watched like the last 9 holes of some groups, last like 5 or 6 of some others, and that was kind of how it went.
Yeah, I think it was Henley, dude. He had like 8 birdies on the round, I'm pretty sure. And Shane Lowry just cut. I mean, dude, he got hot on the back.
Yeah, he started sticking it to a foot.
But I don't know if. Yeah, a lot of casual golf fans like aren't familiar with Shane Lowry's game.
He's good.
That brother's cold. Like I love Shane Lowry, and like there was zero doubt that he was making that putt. None. Like as soon as Henley was short, I was like, ball game, we lose. Like it's done. It's over. But I had a great time with the Ryder Cup. I really hope we can win the next one. I don't think we will. As an American saying we're going to lose. They're good. The team golf is more Europe's. I don't know why they're so much better in team. I think they just like each other more. Like they're like brothers over there. Like Shane Lowry and Rory are like this. Like
well, they also just despise America. And the American golfers in competition. They just
That's
do.
A good point.
Like, the American golfers don't want to see a European guy win, and the Europeans don't want to see an American guy win. That's just how it is on tour, and it's a rivalry. That's why it's Europe versus America, and that's just what it is.
The President's Cup doesn't hold a candle to this, by the way. Not even close. Like we have no problem beating Latin America, South America, and Canada, but when it's Europe, I mean, it's over. Like we've lost 11 out of the last 15. It's just the team golf, man. It's the team that kills us. We win the individual every year. That's not the problem. The problem is we can't win the team stuff, and whether Keegan's the captain again, personally, I would like him to be again, but I would also like him to play if he's still playing at this level. I think Keegan needs to be a little selfish because Keegan's one of the most like down to earth,
He
nice
is.
guys on the tour.
He
Keegan
absolutely
needs to
is.
step up and say, "Hey, I'm playing. I'm playing because I know I'm better than six other people. I know I'm better than at least one. Like, I think he should have brought Ben Griffin. That was the right call. Um, Morikawa, maybe, but I mean, Morikawa's a good golfer. I mean, it's just
Yeah.
tough. I don't know because I mean, Harris English was he a AQ? I don't
I
know.
don't know if he was or not.
Yeah, but I mean, JJ Spawn, by the way, he gained a fan in me
I
this
like
weekend.
JJ
I was not
Spawn,
familiar with
dude.
his game.
I like JJ a
I
lot.
knew so I know he's a late bloomer. Won a major this year, and dude, He's got that itch in his neck. I mean, he's a
He is.
competitor. Like I like him a lot, and he's like 35. Like he's like in the prime of his career. At the time when dudes are like on the downslide. So cool. JJ Spawn moments this weekend. Did what he was supposed to do. But we're moving on from the Ryder Cup. Great Ryder Cup chat. I love a good
Absolutely.
casual golf talk. Maybe we can incorporate this more, especially like during major season and big tournaments or whatever. But we're going to start with college football, man. What a wild college
Yeah.
football weekend this was. I mean, insane. Like, I'm glued to my couch, like, just watching games. And it starts Friday night with Virginia beating Florida State 46-38 in double overtime, and might I add, like the best field storm I've ever seen in my
It was
life. Like,
instant.
I don't like.
Instant.
I mean, they were right there
Yeah.
on it. As soon as that ball hit the ground, they were on the field, like on the 50 almost, and like I thought Squirrel White was dead. I thought I seriously thought he got trampled, and I was like looking on Twitter. I'm like, is he
He
alive?
didn't
Like, do
even
we
get a
have
chance to get
a
up.
life update on Squirrel White? No, dude, I would be terrified if I saw this wave of Virginia fans just like storming at me. Um, but man, what a game! Virginia was like actually pretty impressive. Chandler Morris, dog. I'm pretty sure he's a transfer from North Texas. Um, Good football player. Dude, I think Virginia's not bad. I don't think this is very fluky because Florida State is good. Um, and it's just a weird spot. Friday night at home. I mean, sure, not a lot of these guys have played under the Friday night lights since
Yeah.
they've left high school. I mean, maybe once or twice, but it's just weird. And Virginia packed that thing out. Obviously, you saw the field storm, and uh, man, if you're Virginia, like, is this confidence that you can carry the rest of the year? I don't know the rest of their schedule, but like, man, I think they can build on something. The ACC isn't
It's open.
particularly strong. They got three or four good teams, very open. Louisville's still undefeated. Virginia Tech, or not Virginia Tech, they are not
No.
undefeated.
Yeah.
Georgia Tech's undefeated. Miami's undefeated. Florida State only dropped one. Clemson's still there. Pitt's still decent. Um, but I mean, other than that, man, everybody else is
Yeah.
terrible. So I mean, if you get a favorable schedule, I mean, if you rattle off some more games you're not supposed to win, man, you can make some noise. I really think you could. They got ranked this week, 24. Florida State slid back to 17, I think. It's just a little low for my liking, especially with Bama being at 10. Um, but yeah, man, Florida State. Let's talk about them. What do you
Like
got?
you said, dude, I think they're good. I don't think that this is. I mean, this could be. I mean, there are flukes that happen. Like, I mean, North Illinois beating Notre Dame last year. Like, I
That's a
think
fluke. Yep,
Virginia
100%.
is just good. I don't really think it's a fluky win. I think that it's a
Mhm.
conference game. I mean, anything can go down. And Virginia's. Who did Virginia lose to?
It was pretty fluky, I think. I
I'm not
can
sure. I know
see how
they
fast I
moved to
can
four
load
and
up.
one after this week.
Yes. Hold on.
But like you said, I think Florida State's good. I think Virginia's good. Miami, obviously, being more than likely the front runner to win that conference. But I mean, like you said, it's open.
They lost to NC State.
Mm,
NC State at NC State
okay.
by 4 points.
No,
And
NC
they're not a
State's not
bad
bad.
team either. So,
Yeah, and
no.
I think Virginia might just be a solid football team in contention for the ACC, like you said. Louisville, Georgia Tech, Virginia, Florida State. There's 4 or 5 good teams in that conference. Like I said, everybody else sucks. So if there was ever a year that Virginia could mess around and make it in, it's probably this one.
Yep, I agree with you 100%. They got a decent team. Interesting to see how they're going to go from here. Pretty sure they play Georgia Tech, which they're probably not going to win, but I mean, if you can beat
Yeah.
Florida State, who knows? Moving on, and Griffin, you've been around me a long time. We've been friends since we were about what 7 years old, maybe even earlier than that. And I think I made the worst ever game prediction I've ever made in my life last week, and I
Yeah.
picked Arkansas to beat Notre Dame. I don't know what came over me, and Lord was I wrong. Notre Dame walks up into Fayetteville, wins 56-13, and Sam Pittman finally gets fired. I feel like that's been a thing for like 3 years, but he hasn't gotten fired yet, and that was the nail in the coffin. And he wouldn't have made it off the field for me. Wouldn't even have waited till Sunday like they did. If I'm the AD, I'm meeting him in the tunnel saying, "Hey, buddy, you're done." Absolutely unacceptable with the talent you have to lose like that. Get Notre Dame's an awesome football team. They're great. Jeremiah Love's awesome. 4 touchdowns in the game. But 56-13 after you lose to Memphis is just
Yeah.
like
I feel
embarrassing.
like
Like, I get it, you might suck, but I don't think you're that bad.
no.
I mean, I really don't. But yeah,
I don't think you can deal with one or the other. Like you can get boat raced by Notre Dame or you can lose to Memphis, but the combination of the two, I like you said, was a nail. I mean, you've got to go at that point.
that's it.
Yeah. I mean, there's not a whole lot
Hmm.
else to it. I mean, Notre Dame dominated every aspect of that ball game. I mean, they put up 56 points.
Yep, they did. They did what they were supposed to
Yeah.
do and a little more. Arkansas would love to see a couple of their guys transfer. Cam Shanks, UAB Blazer, go Blazers. Played basketball with Cam before. Great guy. Doesn't get a lot of run. Would love to see him hop in the portal and go somewhere else. Um, but yeah, not a whole lot to talk about on that game. We're going to talk about another game on Friday night. Arizona State making the plays late, come back and beat TCU at home with the like worst field storm I've ever seen
Yeah.
in my life. Where we have two opposite ends of the spectrum. Virginia storming the field, awesome. Arizona State storming the field. Why the freak are you doing that? You are 23 and they're 21. There is no reason you should ever storm the field. And I love a good field storm. Like they're awesome. They're great. Um, but yeah, you just shouldn't storm it in that. Do you have anything on this one? I mean,
Yeah.
I don't know if you got to watch it all. It was a great
I
game.
can't.
It was
I
awesome. I
cannot
mean,
say
they
that
made
I
defense
watched
made
it,
plays.
but there's a time and a place to storm the field, and that time and place this week was Virginia beating FSU. It was not Arizona State beating
That's it.
TCU. I don't feel like I feel like if you're
Hmm.
Arizona State, you're at a standard now where you just made the playoff. You should go in there, beat TCU, and walk out of there like you're supposed to. Like you're supposed to be there and you're supposed to beat that
Yep.
team now. You just came off an almost win against Texas in the college football playoff, and now we're storming the stadium against a TCU. So maybe there's a
Yeah.
change in the locker room from some of the guys leaving from the team last year or something like that. But you've got to act like you've been there before if you're Arizona State. I feel like.
Yeah. I mean, maybe they don't know how to win. Maybe they don't know how to lose. Might be a culture thing. I don't know. I really like Kenny
Yeah, me
Dillingham.
too.
Obviously, he can't control them storming the field or not. Maybe it's just their fans that suck. I don't know. I mean, I've never been to Arizona or anything, but whatever. Another great game. Illinois proves us wrong.
Yeah,
Buzzer beater, field goal against USC. That was an awesome football game. Also, shout out Mekhi Lemon. Dude's a freaking dog. I mean, that catch that he made to put USC up in the end, then Illinois driving down to score. I mean, that dude's a baller. I actually traded for him at my Madden franchise, and he balled out there too. So I mean, the
yeah.
guy's good. So, but Illinois might be decent, and you know, maybe Indiana's
I,
legit. I don't know.
I'm at a loss because both of us said that we thought Illinois sucked last week. I think I said in quotes that they were a placeholder at number 9 or whatever they were at the time. But
You did. That is
But maybe
exactly what you
Indiana
said.
is just that good. Like you said, I don't know. Like it
Maybe they're tough, dude. I don't
because
know.
I don't think USC's a bad football team at all. And Illinois goes in and
Mm-mm.
competes with them. And what is Illinois ranked now after this week?
I don't think they still are. I don't know. Maybe they're like
They've got to be
25 or
around.
something like that. Oh no, they
So,
yeah, I don't know. Maybe they're up there somewhere. It's like mid 20s or maybe like late teens. I don't know. But great win for
Absolutely.
Illinois. Luke Altmaier, Hattiesburg, Mississippi guy. I don't know if you knew that. But yeah, fun fact. But he's a baller. Played great. Interested to see where Illinois goes the rest of the year because I mean, knowing how Big Ten scheduling works, if they're in the West, they
Yeah.
have a cupcake schedule. So that's it. One of my favorite games of the day that we actually didn't pick. Georgia Tech, love them. Gets a gritty win at Wake Forest, 30-29 in overtime. Do you agree with Wake going for two and not kicking the extra
I feel
point?
like the reason that Wake Forest did that is they felt like they weren't supposed to be in that ball game anyway. Like I feel like to
Sure.
them competing with Georgia Tech like they did was already kind of a win. And they were like, I don't really
Hmm.
want to go into overtime with this team. They're better than us. Let's try and either win or lose now. We've already proven the point that we can compete with this. I think Georgia Tech's a good football team. I think that they were satisfied with
Yep.
what they did, win or lose. Now, granted, they would have much rather won the football game, but I think it was an ego call where it's like, hey, we've done what we needed to do. Let's go for two.
Yeah, I think you do that on the road. I think you go for two on the road. I think you extend the game at home. There's a phrase in basketball, extend the game. Like lengthen the game, lengthen the chance that something happens. Like, and if you're at home, man, and you got that crowd behind you. I'm not a head football coach, especially in the ACC, but I'm kicking the extra point because at the end of you got to
Mm-hmm.
go for two anyway. You got to go for two in the next
Yeah.
one. It doesn't matter. So, give your defense a chance to get a stop, which they've been really good all day till like the back half of the game, which might have influenced them to go for two. But it was a head scratcher for me. Shout out Georgia Tech, man. They just win games. They do exactly what they're supposed to do. Haynes King, gamer. Not too sure I would want very many quarterbacks outside of him leading my team. I mean, maybe Mendoza, maybe Ty Simpson, but the list probably ends right there if we're being for real. I think the guy's awesome. But A&M, who also might have a quarterback who I'd take, beats Auburn in just a disgusting football game. 16-10. Auburn slides to 3-2 after you said they were going to be a sneaky playoff team, and I was like, heck no, their offense sucks, and they showed they sucked again.
Yeah.
Man, as a Bama fan, it just really warms my heart seeing just the Auburn fans just like hate on that left tackle that transferred to like from Virginia to Auburn. Apparently he sucks. Still think it's Jackson Arnold problem. At the end of the day, it's any quarterback knows you got 3 seconds to make the decision. Maybe he has two, maybe he has 2.5. Who cares? Got to be a little better. You have Cam Coleman out there, throw it to him. Jeremiah Cobb's good, but I mean the offensive line, Jackson Arnold's the problem. I don't think Hugh Freeze is the problem. Hugh Freeze can't go out there and block for him. Hugh Freeze can't go out there and throw good balls for him. Hugh Freeze is not the issue. I mean, you recruit the guys; they just
Yeah.
got to go play. I mean, if you're Auburn, where do you go? What do you do from here?
I mean,
What's
I
the
feel
deal?
like first and foremost, if your defense holds A&M to 16, you have to win that football game. I mean, you just have to go and win
Mhm.
that football game. And I think the play calling was mediocre at best for Auburn, but like you
Sure.
said, they've recruited the guys, they have the talent, so you've either got to pick apart that whether it's your O-line sucking, it's your quarterback sucking, it's your play calling sucking, it's your coaching, it could be a combination of a little bit of everything. We're not Auburn. I'm not an Auburn fan. I don't pick apart Auburn's team. I
Nope.
just know that we play
Nope.
them at the end of the year, and I think going into it every year, that's the game I want to win the most, mainly just because I hate Auburn. But
Mhm.
uh,
Hatred.
I mean, if you hold them to 16, you should have won that game. You know?
Yeah, I agree. And A&M finding a way to win.
Yeah, they
A&M's
did.
defense looked great. I will say Auburn's offense did not score a touchdown. We're gonna put that out there. The
Was a
touchdown
pick
they scored was
six.
a pick six. So like I don't even know why. I don't even know why it was thrown or just like the Bussy gave up on the play and the guy took it and scored. I mean A&M was about to score right there and like put it even more away than it already was. And they get the pick six and Auburn fans like, oh, we got a chance, and then our offense sucks again. Like I mean. Uh, it just makes me smile. A&M's good though, but they have a test. We're going to talk about Mississippi
Yeah,
State in
Battle
a
of
minute.
Maroon.
Mississippi State's coming into College Station next week, and it's going to be a nasty battle of maroon. I hate that color, but it's going to be a good game. But A&M solid. They got a good quarterback. Run game solid. Defense is pretty dirty. Um,
I know.
Griffin, you're frozen again. It's okay. You start right there for a second if you want to.
Yeah, it'll be all right.
Um, sure. And we're going to go on to my favorite game of the day. Well, second favorite game of the day. We're going to go to Ole Miss beating LSU at home. Really happy they didn't storm the field here. Were favored to win the game. Thought they should have won the game. I think they have a better team. We talked about, LSU maybe breaking out this week. Like, ooh, this might be the week the offense is back. And it just looked probably worse than it ever has. Durham being out was a big deal. Couldn't really run the ball. But they ran the ball on first down. And guess how many times, Griffin? Do you know?
4. Oh,
Two,
God, I thought I was
two,
being like way under
two,
with 4. That's insane.
two, two. Yeah. I get like you got the receivers and Nuss is supposedly good. Didn't really show it. Again, I don't really know what the deal is. Like I'm just like watching them. Like why I'm watching the same play every time for LSU. Maybe it's a play calling thing. Maybe their offensive coordinator has no clue what to do with all the talent they got. But enough harping on LSU, man. Let's talk about Ole Miss and how good they are and how good they look. Trinidad Chambliss is that guy, pal. He's good. You know, like I said last week, Ole Miss fans hated that he came in to start, and now they like him just as much, if not more, than Jackson Dart. Some of them, man, he's a gamer. I mean, he just gets the dang job done. First SEC quarterback ever to throw for 300 and rush for 50 in his first 3 games ever. How about that? How about that, Trinidad Chambliss? Mhm. Sure did. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I was about to say that. I mean, where do you think he ranks? I mean, I think he's definitely a top 3 guy. I think it's right now. I think Dante Moore is the obvious leader after them going into Penn State and winning. I think it's him, and then I think it might be Chambliss, might be Ty Simpson. I'm personally giving it to Ty because I'm a homer. It'll be him, and then Mendoza can be in the 4. I think that's it right now. I think that's the top 4. Ahmad Hardy's creeping up because he's a great runner of the football. We'll see how good he is after Alabama in 2 weeks. Um, but I think that's my top 4 right now. Do you agree or have a different order, or what do you got? Yeah, I think Moore is number 1 for sure, and we're gonna talk about Moore a little bit more right here. Oregon goes into Happy Valley, proves both of us wrong again. Beats Penn State, double overtime, 30-24. Dude, what a football game! And it's just another one that got away for James Franklin and the boys. I mean, they just can't win a big one. It's not a narrative anymore. It's the truth. James Franklin can't win big games. He just can't. I don't know what the problem is with him because he's got the talent. But that's just one you got to win. I think if you're Penn State, they just didn't do it. And do you think Penn State might have chosen the wrong quarterback out of Drew Aller and Bo Prabula? Yep. I, I don't know because Prabula's a baller. I don't know if like anyone's gotten to watch Missouri football this year, but that dude's tough. Like he's very, very, very good. And Aller, just like Franklin, like they're just 2 peas in a pod. Can't really perform in big games or win them. So I don't really know, man. But Oregon's legit. No matter what, if you can walk up into that environment, which is the best in college football when it's the whiteout, and win and control the game. Really, I mean, Penn State came back to force overtime. Um, I think they're the second best team in the country behind Miami. They might be the best. I don't know. I'm just gonna stand by what I said about Miami last week, but I think they have the best quarterback in the country. I can for sure say that. Moore's a gamer. I saw a guy On TikTok, he was talking about like his emotion just doesn't change. Like he just looked like a stone cold killer out there and was affected by nothing. And I agree. I mean, he's a gamer. Really like that guy. Um, what do you think about Oregon Penn State? It's tough. Nope. Hmm. Yeah. 100%. I agree with you. You got the backs to do it. You got the receivers to do it, and you just got to win games. On to the next. Tennessee hangs on, wins in overtime against Mississippi State. Man, that hurt my heart because I dislike Tennessee very heavily. State's crappy, man. Really like them. I don't know if you have any further elaboration on this game. But man, tough one. Hurt my heart a little bit. Never rooted for Mississippi State a day of my life, but I rooted for them on Saturday. And then might get a root for me next Saturday. We'll see. But what a game. That might be actually the game of the day. I don't even know. I mean, there's just so many of them that were so close. Yep. I think they are too. Hmm. Georgia still. Yeah. Facts. Yeah. One loss is not a death sentence at all, especially with the SEC strength of schedule and like how much that's respected. Um, but we're gonna see how good State is this week when they play at College Station, like I talked about last week. Crazy environment, always is. Um, but on to the next the game we want to talk the most about. Bama beating Georgia 24-21. Tide roll. I think that might be the best I felt after a win since last year's Georgia game. I actually like rapid fired a trip to Tuscaloosa this weekend because I felt so good. I called Drake and the boys up and I was like, "We're going." Just happening. So man, I'm fired up about this team. Like I said last week, I think we got something to play for, and I think we went out and did it. And Kirby kicking the field goal, like whether he did, whether he didn't, who cares? It's over. If I'm him, probably kicking it, but who cares? He didn't, and I'm glad he didn't. But LT Overton made a great play and stopped Cash Jones just short. But man, Griffin, what do you think? First home loss since 2019 for Georgia. If that was last year, then yeah. They beat Tennessee. They beat Tennessee. Hmm. Yep. Parity is back in college football. You can actually legally pay people to play now, so it's even. I love it. Um, Ty Simpson's that guy. In case you didn't know already, he's pretty dang good. Gives me so much Mac Jones. Like I'm getting flashbacks to him right now. Um, Oh God. Jake Coker. Yep, yep. Um, people are saying, "Oh, Bama's back, Bama's back." I don't think we ever left. Really don't. I just think we had some growing pains. Maybe I'm tripping on that, but you know, people lose games. That happens, and I know like we've been spoiled in this generation as Bama fans. We just don't lose so often, but you lose. That's part of it. Just because we lose a game doesn't mean the dynasty's over. And like, yeah, maybe we're not going to win a natty once out every 3 years, but man, we're still a good football team. We have all the talent in the world. We are going to be tested this week, though. I think Vandy's solid. We're going to get into the picks right now. Last week I went 5-5, just inexcusable, honestly. And Griffin went 8-2. We're gonna start Washington versus Maryland. This week isn't as good as last week with the slate of games. Just being quite honest with you. Um, we're gonna rapid fire these. Also, I'm gonna take Maryland because Malik Washington's tough. True freshman, the best freshman player in the country right now. I'm taking Maryland at home. Who are you going with? Sure. Okay. Sure, whatever they are. Yeah, I think they're in for a huge adrenaline dump after last week. They've been up so high, like getting ready for Ohio State, and they lose, and this is a huge letdown spot, especially with Maryland being at home. Texas Tech versus Houston. Taking the people who paid the most money, and that is Texas Tech, no matter if they're on the road or not. Yeah, I'm taking Tech. They're pretty dang good. Enough said. State at A&M. As much as I hate it, I am going to pick Texas A&M. I would love to pick Mississippi State again, but I'm just not picking against a team that hasn't lost and has beaten a couple of decent teams. And they're playing at home. So yeah, I'm going with A&M. Okay. Why? I don't know how that makes a lot of sense. No, I mean I see it, but that's just like not logic that I would use. Like, man, they still won the game. They still won, and State lost at home. Like, and I don't know how good Tennessee is yet, and they're still kind of janky, and it's whatever. But I mean, Tennessee's solid, I guess, and I think State's good. But like I said, we're talking about adrenaline dump here. I mean, is there a team in for a bigger adrenaline dump than State? I mean, let's think about it. I mean, they took a team to overtime and biggest game in the stadium in years, and now you go on the road to Kyle Field. Like, you're screwed. Like, to me, I just don't think they're going to win. Could be close, but maybe not. Miami and Florida State. And this is the hardest pick of the day. It's not even close. Florida State is at home. I feel like that matters a little bit. I'm taking. Oh my gosh, Griffin. I don't know. I don't know. I haven't looked at it and really thought about it. And I would say let's take the better quarterback, but I mean they're both equally as good in my opinion. Um, Oh my gosh, man. This should be college game day. I don't care what anyone says. As a Bama fan, I'm saying that. And like I'm gonna be at college game day probably, and that should be it. Like it should be in Tallahassee. Oh, I'm taking the criminals. I'm taking Florida State. I'm taking Florida State. I'm taking Florida State, and it's just because I think Mike Norvell's a gangster. I think he's great. Um, and I like their quarterback. He's gonna, he's got that itch in his neck, like we've been talking about. That's really just my criteria, and they're gonna have a fire lit under their butt after losing at Virginia. We're talking about letdown spot. Well, this is the complete opposite because they're actually playing at home. So, um, the other two teams are going on the road and they're playing in front of their home crowd, which is going to be awesome. So I don't think there hasn't been this big of a Miami Florida State game in years. And I'm taking Florida State. I'm taking Florida State. And will I be wrong? Probably. I said Miami's the best team in the country, but I mean they can lose. They can lose. I mean apparently anyone can lose now. Anyone can lose. I don't really care about this game, but I feel like it was deserving of being on here just because since he was favored at home against Iowa State, who is ranked 14th in the country. I'm taking Iowa State. Give me Rocco Beck. Although Brennan Sorsby for Cincinnati's pretty dang good too. He's a really good quarterback. But yeah, enough said. And Bama and Vandy college game day. Super excited for this weekend. I feel like most of everyone I know is going to be in Tuscaloosa, as they should. Um, Man, we're not losing this game. I mean, we lost last year after Georgia. We're not losing to dang Diego Pavia at home, man. Give me, even though he's good, give me Bama. Yep. And we just beat Georgia. Like it makes so much sense. 100%. I don't hate it. I'm with it. I am with it. Also, Johnny Manziel being on the sidelines with Vandy, yeah, miss me with that. I mean, I just don't care about that like whatsoever. Last time we played Johnny Manziel, I don't because he's like got a weird thing with Pavia. Like I just don't, I don't get it. I don't get it. I don't really want to talk about Vandy anymore. I don't like Pavia. I know he's good, but I don't like him. I think he's a little too cocky. I hate that he wants to play in college for 12 years apparently. Um, But now we're going into your domain, and we can be a little faster with NFL because it wasn't a great slate this week until the late. But this is yours, so you got it. Sure. Oh Lord. And guys, I'm not trying to spread hate on this podcast whatsoever. We're talking about I don't like this guy. I don't like this guy. I'm sorry, guys. I don't mean for it to be that way. It's just personal preference. I can't help what my heart desires, and my heart desires for Diego Pavia to not beat Alabama this weekend. I hope we all understand that in good heart.
All right,
It's just a fan
here we
being a
go.
fan, and oh my gosh, the mic's lit up. Look at
The
that.
mic is indeed
It
lit
was not
up.
lit up last time. Sorry, Griffin. What you missed, unless you didn't miss it.
Oh, I definitely missed
I
it.
was like, I
Gosh,
said, hey guys, not to spread hate or anything, but you know, I'm not trying to spread hate on Diego Pavia. I just can't help that my heart doesn't like him.
I don't like him
I just
either.
don't want him to beat Alabama. It's just a fan being a fan. Sorry. I'll be better. But yeah, let's go. NFL.
The Seahawks beat the Cardinals, and at the end of the day, I feel like everybody kind of sat back and watched the Cardinals go 2-0, and they
It
kind
was
of
like, all right, man. Sure,
it's still
that's
the
fine. Like,
Cardinals. And I don't think the Cardinals are very good. I think the Rams are the best team in that division, probably. And
yeah,
I mean, the 49ers are banged up. And who's the last one? It's the Cardinals,
the
49ers, Rams. The
Seahawks.
Seahawks,
Seahawks.
yeah. Yeah, that's who I'm fixing to talk about, actually.
Seahawks Rams are toss up to me, but I'll take the Rams because of the defense for sure.
I feel like the Rams also they have a Super Bowl winning quarterback, and they have two of the top 10 receivers, maybe in the NFL. If is that not.
I think it's hard to say Puka's not a top three right now. I mean, people are, oh, well, he's like, he's the one on every play. Yeah, and he's also open on every play.
Yeah.
Like, it's just hard for me to argue against that. I mean, Tay Adams is going to Tay Adams. I mean, he's probably top 15. I can see an argument for top 10, but I think he's definitely top 15. Um, Rams are a good team, but the Seahawks did what they were supposed to do. They walked up in Arizona, even though Kyler wanted to be, actually a football player towards the end and bring him back. Seahawks did what they were supposed to do. They were the better team. They played like it. They're good. Bottom line.
Yeah. What do you think about Marvin Harrison Jr.? I might
Um,
add.
well, I don't really know yet. I don't
I
think he
don't either.
sucks. I think he's just like, I don't think he's terrible. I think he's just like, there's a sophomore slump going on. I mean, BTJ is going through the same thing. Like, them boys just can't catch the ball right now. And, unfortunately, they do get paid to do that. And,
They do.
I think he's going to be fine. I mean, I think he's going to be a lot better player when Kyler Murray's not his quarterback. That will help. But, man, he's a talent. He's an ultra talent. One of the best we've seen come out of college. he's going to be just fine. Don't worry.
I agree. I think the talent you saw at Ohio State's going to translate eventually. And
It's still there.
yeah,
It's still
I
there.
think he'll be fine. He just has to get hands.
Mm-hmm.
And then
Sure.
your team, the Washington Commanders, get taken down by the Falcons that actually looked like a competent football team this week.
They did.
Jaden Daniels coming back puts the Commanders back in contention in my mind because I think Jaden Daniels is great. But what do you think about the Falcons? Mm-hmm. Do you think they're too inconsistent, or do you think they're like a solid football team?
Well, I mean, the thing with that division is you get 4 free wins. You get the Panthers. Well, actually, you lost to the Panthers, so you only get 3 more. You get the Saints twice, and you get the Panthers one more time. And you play the Bucs twice, and those are probably losses.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't think there's any way you get a wild card spot in the NFC. That's just how it is. Gonna have to win the division, and that's just not gonna happen. So, yeah, you're not gonna tank because you're not bad enough to tank. So,
worst spot to be.
I think they're just in a really weird. They're just in a weird spot right now. I think they're in like the Dolphins spot of the NFC. Like the Dolphins aren't bad enough to tank, but dang sure not good enough to win. I don't think they're inconsistent. I mean, that's just part of having young players. Hate the Commanders lost, but I didn't expect us to win with our best receiver and quarterback out.
Yeah.
I mean, I just don't. Yeah, I mean, it's okay. You win some, you lose some. We are 2-2, which is kind of worrisome, but I mean, you could go 10-7 and make the playoff. So, not mad at it. It's okay.
So, after that, my team, right after your team, the Detroit Lions, as you can see, I'm wearing a Megatron jersey. There's a Detroit Lions logo behind me. Huge Lions fan. We boat raced the Browns, which they are the Browns, but this is also a Browns team that beat the Packers last week. So, I'm very confident in our offense. And I think the Lions are definite top 3 to 5 team in the league. I feel like 1 and 2 is kind of set right now. It's the Bills and it's the Eagles. I feel like it's hard to argue with that. And as not fluky, but as odd as the Eagles' offense is, look, they're still winning games. So if they get firing on all cylinders through that offense again, like they were last year, it's going to be hard to beat the Eagles.
Yeah, I mean, I'm never picking against them, like ever. I don't care who they play.
Yeah, I'm not either. But do you think? Well, I think they have made the call that they're moving on from Flacco this week. But what do you think about that?
Are they starting Gabriel or are they starting Shadur?
Gabriel.
What are they doing?
They're starting Gabriel.
Really? That's super interesting. I mean, probably the right decision. I mean, he's old. You draft 2 rookies, let him play. Don't just waste the pick. Interested to see what Gabriel's going to do, though. I mean, he wasn't really impressive during the preseason or anything, but I mean, we saw Jamar Chase have drop problems in the preseason. Now look at him. So, I mean, not saying that he's going to be this all-league talent, but I mean, Gabriel's a winner, all-time leader in passing touchdowns in college football history, even though he played like 6 years, but who cares? Still did it. Probably the right call in all reality. Lions do look awesome, though. I like the Lions a lot. Dan Campbell's, I mean, the guy, obviously. But, yeah, I got a good team over there. Yep.
Yeah. And then the Ireland game. A lot of really pissed off fantasy managers with Jaylen Warren this week. He's good to go. They kick off at, I think it was 8:30 in the morning for us or something, maybe earlier.
Yep.
And you wake up and he's in your starting lineup and didn't play football.
Got that big O.
Yeah.
Got that big O beside his name.
Yes.
Yeah, I actually played against Jaylen Warren, and I did put up 150, and the guy put up 100, so, like, it really didn't matter that much. But, like, say it did, and I would have been so mad if I was him. I think the Steelers might be the most shocking 3-1 team, like, literally of all time. I don't know how they're good. I mean, Aaron Rodgers just looks great, I guess. And, I mean, the defense is solid. So, I mean, yeah, it's a great win. I mean, you got to win those games across the pond if you're playing in them. And they're weird. Obviously, no one really likes them, I don't think. But, yeah, dude, great win for the Steelers. They actually look decent. So,
you think A-Rod is still, I mean, the arm talent's still there. He might not be as much of a gunslinger, but, when you're throwing it to DK Metcalf, dude's going to bully some people. And then I guess the people over there in Ireland probably think, what's the running back's name that replaced Warren this week?
Kenneth Gainwell.
Yeah, I mean, dude,
Eagles legend Kenneth Gainwell. Yeah, they probably think he's like, Barry Sanders.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know.
They think he's moving like the best dude in the league. I mean, he's got a few fans over there in Ireland now for sure.
Yeah, he made in some fans in Dublin. There ain't no doubt.
Absolutely.
They probably drank some Guinness to Kenny Gainwell. No kidding.
And then there's the
Man.
QB situation with the Vikings.
I was thinking about this today because I actually traded for Jordan Addison in one of my fantasy leagues, and I don't really think they'll stay with Wentz, but just because they moved on from Darnold, I don't really.
Yeah.
I think it's still JJ's ball when he gets back, but I mean, if you're the Vikings, you're not rushing him. I mean, you're not saying, "Hey JJ, let's go. Like we need you healthy." Like, man, take it easy. Like Carson Wentz is a good football player. Lost this game, but I mean, he still looked fine. Threw 2 picks, but I mean, admittedly, I didn't even watch how he looked. I mean, I looked at the box score, threw for 300, 2 touchdowns. I mean, 2 picks kind of sticks out, but I mean, he's a good ball player. I said it last week. I'll say it again. I'd much rather have him than JJ, no doubt.
I would too, but like you said, I think if they're moving on from Wentz and going to him, they believe in him for whatever reason. And
Yeah,
because I mean, Wentz had a great season last year, and he's having another good
Darnold,
one this
Darnold,
year. Or
Darnold,
Darnold, not
Darnold.
Wentz. I apologize. Yes. They're not going to stick with Wentz because they believe in JJ, but like I'm saying, I don't think that they're going to keep JJ sidelined because they believe in him. Them moving on from Darnold proves that because Darnold's playing good again. He's throwing it into Jackson
Yeah.
Najigba, and Jackson Najigba's catching the ball. So,
Yep.
I mean, I don't know what you do if you're the Vikings. I feel like everyone there knows, and most people know, that Wentz is a better quarterback right now, but they believe in JJ's development, and if they do, I guess everybody has to because it's their call at the end of the day.
Yeah.
And then, kind of a shocker of the week, the Saints compete with the Bills a little bit.
I think it's
And
funny how we say compete and like
they
they're
lost
that
by
bad.
12.
Oh, they were actually. I know, but I mean, it was a one possession game for the
It
longest
was,
time.
yeah.
I mean, I think it's hilarious that like we're like actually saying like around the league like, oh my gosh, did you see where the Saints like almost won today?
Yeah.
Like,
Did you see where
guys, they almost beat the best team in the league. That would have been insane, honestly. But Bills do what the Bills do, and that's win games. Wasn't really pretty, but they got it done. That's all that matters. Got to win the gritty ones. But yeah, proud of the Saints for, I mean, actually having a heartbeat this week. That was great.
big question with the Saints is Kamara gonna lose his role? Do they trade Kamara out of respect for him being there forever since they suck, and maybe give him to a contender like the Chiefs or something?
Ooh.
I don't feel like they're just gonna swallow his role and give it to Miller and just leave and hang him out to dry. He's been there too long. He's too respected in the franchise. I don't know what you do with Kamara if you're the Saints right now, because he doesn't have a lot of time
Well,
left.
I mean, no, I think he's the only like competent player on your offense, like outside of Juwan Johnson, and he's a tight end.
I
So,
like
I mean,
Olave a little bit. I think
he's
Olave's
fine,
okay.
but I mean, he's gonna get concussed next week probably.
More
So
than
I mean,
likely.
you just never know with him. I mean, I wouldn't trade him if I were the Saints. I mean, as a football fan, like I would love to see him get out of there, but I mean, you can't trade your best guy. I mean, you know, running backs don't hold value. They probably don't want him. I mean, the Chiefs might, but I mean, they don't use running backs. I mean, you don't want to take the ball out of Mahomes' hands. I mean, they sure don't want him traded to Dallas. I mean, I'm the biggest Javonte Williams truther out there. I don't want him to get his role messed up.
I
So,
don't
I mean,
I don't
who
know
knows?
where's another landing spot besides maybe Kansas City for him.
I mean, I said Dallas, but I mean Javonte's doing good.
Yeah,
I mean, maybe
I don't.
Tennessee. Maybe
Yeah,
you do like a Pollard and a pick swap for Kamara. I don't know, but I mean, you still got Spears coming off the IR. I mean, Lord knows, man, running backs, service value is just not great. But I do hate that he's ending his career on bad teams. He doesn't deserve that. But yeah,
speaking of bad teams and the Titans lose to the Texans 26-0.
woof. They look horrible.
Yeah, I mean the Texans defense is good. It's really good, but the Texans offense has been terrible so far this season. I just think the Titans, in quotes of Cam Ward, if we keep it a buck right now, we and he said it.
Yeah.
He put it pretty perfectly because they're really bad at football.
Yeah.
I think Calvin Ridley is kind of on his way out, and that young receiver they've got coming up might be okay.
Io Manor, I think he is good. Yeah, I do. I think he's a good talent for sure. They just don't have any good players besides like maybe Jeffrey Simmons every
Yeah.
now and then. Um,
They have
I would
they
like
have
to say it's
L'Jarius
not Cam
Sneed
Ward's
still,
fault.
don't they? They have Sneed, right?
He sucks, dude. He
think
sucks.
so?
I don't know if you watched him. Dude, he's terrible. Like, he got beat so bad on like one like little route. Like I don't even know what it was. I think it was just like he literally just was like standing there, and he just got like dusted off the line. Like it was like clockwork, dude. They were talking about like our Jeffrey Simmons was like, "Oh, our captain's got to play better," and then Snead just gets dusted like immediately after. It was hilarious. I was like, "There's actually no way that just happened." And these announcers were like dogging dude for like 3 or 4 minutes straight. Like that's what he's talking
I mean,
about.
they're
Like
paying him a
captain's
lot of
just got to
money
play
to play
better.
bad
Like
football.
a lot of money to be, yeah, a lot of money to be terrible. I feel like Tennessee is like where careers go to die. Like, and like we live around a bunch of Titans fans. I've never been a Titans fan. I was a Derrick Henry guy, but I mean, I was never like, oh my gosh, the Titans are like what I'm watching on Sunday. But I do hate they suck because like Titans games are fun. I mean, I'm sure you've been to one. I'm sure. I mean, all the people. Have you not been to the Titans game?
Never have.
Wow.
The Lions
Anyway,
don't,
they built a
Lions
whole new
don't play the
stadium
Titans
and
a lot. When the Lions come to Tennessee, I'll be at a Titans game. But, you know,
sure.
not a game that happens often.
But I mean, they just are bad. I
Yeah.
mean, they're going to be in like a 10-year rebuild to even be like competent again. I mean, they just completely nuked that whole entire like franchise's chance of winning. They've traded away everyone, and they got nothing back. So I don't feel bad for them at all. Good win for the Texans though. They needed it.
Yeah, the Texans definitely needed it. I think they were probably the best 0-3 team on paper.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah, it's like being the world's tallest midget, but yeah, I mean they were. I agree with you
I
for
think
sure.
I think if they get rolling, they could still sneak into the playoffs, maybe. But
Ooh,
they'd have to really get
ooh,
rolling, and Stroud would have
they're
to
going.
go back to
Mhm.
being his freshman-esque self and really start to ball out. But they've got to figure that offense out because 26 points on that Tennessee defense is not great.
No, they're dang sure not winning the division or coming in second, because that's going to be Colts and
Yeah.
Jags. They're going to have to get hot, and I mean, maybe they run off like 10 in a row. I mean, who knows? I mean, we don't know what the next 10 weeks hold or whatever, but yeah, they're going to be like in the same scenario, like I'm not bad enough to tank. Well, I mean, shoot, they might be if they keep losing. I mean, who knows? But all in all, I mean, it's a good week, good win for them. But Titans are horrible, so.
Speaking of another bad team, the Panthers get beat by the Pats 42-13. You think it's time for them to move on from
No,
Bryce?
no, it's not that.
I don't think
Um,
it is either, but I think they'll move on from him. It's the problem.
I I think it's just way too early. This is only year three for him. I mean, we've seen Darnold just get resurrected in like
Revived.
year
Yeah.
7, yeah, whatever. And uh, I just don't think it's time yet. I mean, his best receiver is Tet. I mean, Tet looks good, but I mean, if you're wide receiver too, like Leggett hasn't played yet. I don't know if you knew that he hasn't been playing.
hmm
They just paid Chuba a lot of money. I mean, they beat the Falcons 30-0. So they can win games. They just didn't win this one, and I think it's because the Pats are sneaky good.
Pats are
I
not a
think
bad football team at all, and they have a great coach
they're
in
very
Vrabel.
solid, and their quarterback is a straight dog. He is so good. Running backs are good. I mean, scrappy defense.
I'd love if they'd use
I think the
Travion a
Pats
little
are.
more, but
I would too. I would too. But I mean, I had to start with Ramondre Stevenson, so I really hope it's not this week. So maybe they can use him next week, but not this one. Um, but yeah, I think the Pats are a very, very, very slight sleeper to sneak in the playoffs in the AFC. I don't know if they will. It's just because the AFC is like AFC East is kind of weak outside of the Bills. I mean, it's the Bills and it's the Pats, and then it's like the Jets and the Dolphins who are both horrible. And I think they have a chance. I mean, they're 2-2. They're sitting in second right now, so I think they can do it.
no, another young quarterback that's actually in year one, game one, beats the Chargers this week at the Giants,
Super shocking.
21-18. Shocking win from them. Herbert didn't look great this week. I mean, the Chargers just weren't
Nope.
firing this week at all. And Dart came out and he wanted to win that football game, and he ran out there with a chip on his shoulder, and he got it done. Without
Yeah.
Malik Neighbors did Malik go down late second quarter, I think?
Yeah, late second.
And
And he's out
just,
for the year, so I mean, his wide receiver one's about to be Wandale, who isn't terrible. I'm actually a big Wandale guy. I think he's good. Super underrated in this league. But man, shout out Jackson Dart. Dude's got aura. I mean, we talked about it last week. I mean, I love the guy. I mean, I'm glad that they got a win. For my Giants fan out there, I'll shout him out. Hey, Tyler, happy y'all won a game. And I feel like they'll win a few more. My favorite crayon eater, Cam Scatterby back there. Love the guy. Dude's gonna play like 5 years, but man, they're gonna be so exciting.
Another rookie
I
that
love the
dominated this
Giants.
football game, Rome, Amari and Hampton. And with Najee being out, he's seeing a volume increase, of course, but dude's good at
Hmm.
football. And me and you talked about he didn't look great in week 1 or 2, and it wasn't just because he wasn't receiving the volume, it's because he didn't look like that great of a pure runner. His vision looked bad, his receiving didn't look great, but he comes out
Yeah,
this week and looks fantastic.
yeah, he balled out, man. I mean, hey, he was my boom for the week for the reason. I mean, the run defense from the Giants is just not great. And he did what he was supposed to do. I mean, they only scored 18 points, but he had like 27 fantasy points, I think. We're not doing a fantasy segment this week or maybe ever again. But if you play fantasy football, try to get him around Hampton. I'm trying to because he's
Yeah.
good. So I think that this is like a weird little loss for the Chargers. They definitely, I don't think, should have lost because I don't think the Giants played good enough to beat them. They just didn't play good enough.
No, the
The
Chargers looked
Chargers just
horrible.
didn't
I
play
mean,
good enough
Herbert threw two
to
picks.
win. Yeah, that's not going to happen again. They're still winning the division right now, and they will when it's all said and done. But yeah, weird little loss. They'll bounce back this week, I think.
Going on to probably could have ended up being a fantastic comeback for the Buccaneers, but they fall to the Eagles by 6. And the Eagles' offense is yet to look great. And by great, I mean
Terrible.
comparing it to last year's team, it looks terrible. And a big part of that is your wide receiver one that you've paid $120 million, I think, is really pissed off at you for not getting him the ball.
Yeah, I mean, you just got to find a way to get that man the ball. I watched I that was the game I actually watched the least of, which is like kind of weird because I was like the way my setup is, it's like quad box, other TV with the Commanders on, and then the other TV behind me is that game, and I watched one possession of it, and I'm telling you, they ran the same play 3 times in a row. Pass pro Saquon, hitch to AJ Brown, incomplete, 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 punt.
Yeah, all the
And I was
hitches they
like,
were throwing to
this is
AJ
terrible.
too were like balls that Jalen Hurts is 50-50 and out of bounds on purpose. Like either AJ gets it or
Yeah.
nobody gets it. They're like
Hmm.
AJ Brown, of course, is a deep threat and he's a big body receiver that's going to go up and get the ball. But like if you get him in open field, AJ Brown is not slow. I don't understand
No.
I
Mm-mm.
don't understand giving Dallas Goddard the ball over AJ Brown and Devontae Smith. I don't get it. I
Yeah.
think the offensive coordinator might actually just be terrible, which Kellen Moore,
Yeah.
granted, was first or
Was like the
second
best you can
best
get.
offense coordinator
Yeah.
last year. I mean, him and Ben Johnson were head and shoulders above everybody else, I'd say.
Mhm.
And now he's head coach at the Saints, and now you have this new OC, and I I
Two
don't. It
reads, just
hasn't looked
bad.
good at all. I don't think the Eagles will be the Super Bowl winning team if they continue to look this bad offensively, but if they get it figured out, they absolutely are the best team in the league, and they might be anyway.
Yeah.
It's the bad thing.
I think they are anyway, and it's kind of weird how they're 4-0 and they look this like not impressive. It's just like they're winning games like they're
Hmm.
supposed to. It's kind of weird that we're saying like we're disappointed in them and they're 4-0. Um,
Well, I'll tell you why
but I
I'm
mean their guys got to get
disappointed.
the ball.
I have AJ
Because
Brown in
AJ Brown,
fantasy, and
I have AJ Brown in fantasy too, but I also have like Saquon in a league too, and he just hasn't been his normal self yet. I think he will be. I think Sirianni's a couple of games away from just dog cussing this guy and taking the play calling sheet back. But who knows, man? They got to look a little better, but I mean they're still 4-0.
yeah.
Can't be too mad.
Now the one thing I do like about AJ Brown is AJ Brown cares about our fantasy teams, Ron. That dude cares about his own
Hmm.
stats. They've won. I think the
Hmm.
Eagles won 20 of like their last, or 18 of their last 20. And I mean, if you're a receiver, your volume's how you get paid. So at the end of the day, you can't really
Yep.
blame the guy for getting pissed off for not getting it because, frankly, I would be too if I was that level of talent and I wasn't getting the football. And like he
Yeah.
expressed it after the Super Bowl last year. He was like, I don't find my joy in this sport and winning. I find it in showing off my ability. So, dude's gonna get the ball or he's gonna get traded. It's gonna be one or the other.
Typical,
I mean, yeah,
typical receiver stuff.
just
I mean,
diva receiver, but I mean, at the end of the day, it's how you get paid. You kind of have to be at certain
yeah,
points. And then you picked the
sure.
Jags to beat the 49ers, and they did. I did not pick the Jags to beat them. I picked the 49ers. And At what point do we start to investigate the doctors and trainers in San Francisco with them being injured every year, just riddled with?
I think I think it might be like a Colin Kaepernick curse. I don't know. I don't really know at this point, but I mean, at the end of the day, if it's the same team doctor from the last 3 seasons, I mean, everyone should be fired anyway.
Yeah.
Not just the trainer. It should be the owner and the GM and everyone who allows the guy to stay around because clearly he's not doing his job. So I don't really I mean, I just expect them to be hurt at this point. I mean, I'm sure it's a couple weeks until McCaffrey gets hurt again.
More than likely.
Yeah, I'm sure something's gonna happen to Purdy, and something's gonna happen to Juwan Jennings again because he's always hurt.
Yeah,
no matter what,
they always come in like the San Francisco 49ers have this great roster, and like Kittle's hurt, Nick Bosa's out for the season, Brock Purdy's missed time.
Yeah.
What's his name? The receiver that's hurt, Jennings.
Yeah, Jennings
is
Pearsall got hurt. I mean, Ayuk's still hurt.
Ayuk's still on IR. Yeah, I mean, it's just like, at what point do we make a change? Because it's a consistent issue in the 49ers. Like, the only thing holding the 49ers back from winning is injury. It really is.
Mm-hmm.
And
every single year.
It's been that way. And, at the end of the day, you can't look at Shanahan as the problem, but you can kind of look at your staff and be like, hey, why are all of our players getting hurt all the time? And another thing that I'm going to bring up here in a minute, we talk about another big injury this week, is turf. And at what point do we say no to turf?
I think it should have already been a thing. Goodell might suck at his job. I don't know, because, all these players are calling, hey, let's play on grass. And then he's just like, no. Like, I don't know why we won't make that change. I mean, you're obviously going to help players not, just tear their ACLs and pop their Achilles. But, I mean, apparently that's just too much to ask.
You see Malik Neighbors go down with a non-contact this week, and it's just like, I mean... the
MetLife turf needs to be replaced tomorrow.
Yeah.
It actually should have been replaced yesterday, but whatever. John Mara just needs to get on that. That needs to be a him thing. But, yeah, just should have been changed years ago, but it still won't. And it won't because... they can't do natural grass indoors, so they won't change it for everyone. So it's unfortunate.
Another big time injury this week, and it's not a super severe one, but he's expected to miss this week at least, is Lamar Jackson losing to the Chiefs 37-20. And we don't know how serious it is yet. They're kind of hush-hush about it, which usually isn't a good thing, so he might miss. I don't think it's an IR situation, but I think he's going to miss 2 or 3 weeks. And
yeah. He's got the big D beside his name on Tuesday, which is never a great sign. Love to see the doubtful tag creep in about Thursday, not Tuesday.
Yeah.
That means, hey, he's not playing.
Yeah.
Just people who don't play fantasy football or just watch it in general. Cooper Rush is the backup. I mean, Cooper Rush has shown he can actually throw the ball and be competent with Dallas. So I just hope he throws it to Zay Flowers, and they're not going to be able to win games because their defense is so banged up. They have a pretty brutal schedule also. So all my Ravens fans out there, if you even exist in our part of the world.
Might be a tough year.
It might be a tough one. But, I feel like everyone's hurt in some capacity. Derrick Henry can't get the ball.
Defense is riddled with injuries. They're missing like 4 or 5 guys on defense, yeah.
And your best guy, Matty BK, I mean, he's out for the year, released with his neck. So that's a killer, dude, because he's awesome. It's just might be a rough one. Not time to pack it in just yet because obviously you have Lamar, but man, it's going to get to that point in about week 8. You're going to have to make a decision or two. So it's tough, man. They're too good to be this injury riddled and hurt and just not good. So
the Chiefs' offense looked good this week, but again, like we said, the Ravens' defense,
were hurt.
A bunch of second and third strings out there, man, and you got Mahomes still on the ball, and he's still Patrick Mahomes, much as I don't like the guy.
He is
still Patrick Mahomes, and he's still going to be good at football, and Rashee Rice gets back. I mean, they have a decent receiving core, and I feel like the Chiefs, like we said last week, the Black Magic, they're going to have a winning record, go to the playoffs, and win a game or two. I don't see them winning the Super Bowl. I think there's way too many good teams this year. But speaking of 2 not good teams, the Bears and the Raiders played the Battle of Mid, and 25.
Great game to watch, though.
It was a good game. Ashton Genty breaks out, which I think he was my boom last week. I think I called that.
Yes.
And he was in my starting lineup, and I still lost. But we'll be all right. 25-24, the Bears kick a game-winning field goal, I think. Or no, the Bears blocked
No, the
the
Raiders
game-winning
got a
field goal.
block.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
And the Bears defense still looks terrible. Genty looks like vintage Genty, but again, it's against the Bears defense. I think the Raiders.
He's got his stance back, man. He's
Yeah.
got that Michael Myers stance back. He's got his powers.
Dude,
He's good.
it's the serious thing. I remember turning
I
on
know.
the game, and I was like, he's standing again. And then he breaks off a
Yeah, he stands straight up
60-yarder and two receiving touchdowns. It's like, maybe let the dude stand straight up.
Yeah.
But
I don't think I've seen a guy enter the league and just like not be able to be tackled like Genty, especially with him not being like a huge guy. Like he's like 5'9", but he's just so hard to tackle. Like his center of gravity is unbelievable.
his center of gravity is insane.
And like for the Raiders O-line to be so bad, yet him still be good is, I mean,
they've got
just
a bottom
awesome.
3
Shows how
O-line
good
in
he
the
is.
NFL. I mean, easily.
Yeah.
And as bad as like I don't like the Bears and don't like to say that they're good, with the Packers looking like they have, especially against the Cowboys and the Browns, the Bears, if they continue to play good in the way Ben Johnson is, if he gets that offense rolling, their defense figures a few things out, they could be second in the NFC North. I think there's a world,
especially if the Vikings are bad with JJ. I don't know if he'll make them that terrible. But I think there's still a world where they all four make the playoffs. I really do. I think the Lions are going to win the division, but there's a world where they all make it, and even the Commanders don't make it in. And like, I don't know if we could beat any of those teams right now. Maybe the Vikings, but I don't know if we could beat the Bears right now. Probably not the Packers or the Lions either. So I don't know.
Well, on that Packers,
but I mean the NFC West is good too.
Yeah, they are. The Packers subject.
Oh, we skipped the game. We skipped the best one. We skipped the Colts and the Rams.
Did we skip the Colts and the Rams?
Sure did.
Oh, we absolutely did. Yeah, Colts and the Rams. Mm-hmm. I picked Danny Dimes to have a fallback game this week, and I believe he did. He had like 10 points in fantasy, but Rams defense is good. It's up there with Seattle and Denver for the best in the league right now. Pass rush is good, secondary is good. Everything's good about the Rams right now. They're a contender, I think. And it's hard to go in and beat that Rams team because at the end of the day, you scored 20 on them. I mean, you scored 20 on a top 5 defense in the NFL. You know, that's not an easy thing to do. And whether or not Daniel Jones had a great game or not, I think the Colts are still good. I think the Colts are still a solid football team. Now, will they fall off a little bit? I think so.
Maybe.
But I
just going to be a time will tell thing.
What do you think about the Rams rest of the season?
I think the Rams are good. I think Puka, like I said earlier, it's hard to argue he's not a top 3 guy.
Yeah.
I think the defense is good. They need to get away from Blake Corum. I don't know what McVay's infatuation is with Blake Corum, but as a guy who like enjoys the way Kyron Williams plays football, give him the ball. Please. Like these little Blake Corum averages like 2 yards a touch, and like this man Kyron's getting like 6. Like not a football coach, like again, but I would give the ball to the guy that's more efficient and has done it for you for 3 years. But I am going to say this game has a massive asterisk beside it because of A.D. Mitchell being a terrorist. Like, him fumbling the ball out of the end zone, just literally just wiping a touchdown away. And JT going beast mode, scoring a 50-yard touchdown.
And getting called
him
back.
holding for no reason. He just yanked dude to the ground. Like, you know that meme when Jamal Adams like can't get in the facility? I hope that was – I don't think it was him, but, I mean – oh my gosh, dude, the rage that I was going through watching A.D. Mitchell play football on Sunday, like he's a great talent. And the funny thing is, like the play that he like should have scored a touchdown on was like the best play I've seen all year. Like bro snagged it one hand, spun like Ryan Williams, and like there's just no reason to like what do you want to do? Like stretch the ball across for is Casper gonna tackle you? There was no one near you. And I don't know, man. I just dislike the guy now. I mean, he went to Georgia. It makes a lot of sense. Georgia and Texas.
Yeah,
I mean,
if he went to Georgia, he'll probably be in a car wreck the next few days or something,
Or just, speeding or something. I don't know. But, I mean, the Colts are going to be fine if A.D. Mitchell doesn't sell them anymore. Rams are good. Rams are really good, actually. So, it's going to be interesting to see how they both play out.
Speaking of good games, 40-40, Packers and Cowboys. The Cowboys allow 40 points to an unhealthy
Green Bay Packers offense. I mean, once Christian Watson and Reed get back in that receiving core, they're going to have a pretty solid team. But the Cowboys' defense is just way too terrible for them to be a contender, I feel like. I think they probably have the worst secondary in the league, and their pass rush is not much better than that. And for some reason, they look better without CD against a good defense. Offensively, they score 40. I don't know what to do with the Cowboys at this point because their offense is really good. And I feel like if you have any of their fantasy players, you love it because they're playing from behind all the time, so their defense is so terrible. But if you're a
I love it. That's for sure.
If you're a Cowboys fan, you gotta hate it.
Yeah. I don't really know what you do because you traded your best defensive player, who did nothing in this game. Actually, if you watched it, he had one stat. Now, granted, it was at the end when it mattered. That was what happened. But man, you just can't do that and expect to be great. I mean, you could rotate him all over the field. You could have him coming off the edge. You could have him, playing in coverage, whatever. And I don't know why the secondary is so bad. I think it might be a DC problem. I don't really know. But talking about the Packers, good football team. Don't really know how their defense gave up 40. Maybe because the Cowboys' offense is good. I don't know. But
I don't know.
Also
either.
potentially the most unsatisfying end of that game like there ever could have been. I think.
I don't think a football game should end in a tie ever.
Nope.
I'm not a fan. I don't think anybody's a fan.
No. I mean, if you're going to put time on the clock, how about just take it off? Take the time off. They ain't going nowhere. Fans ain't leaving during overtime, I promise. Who cares about them having school in the morning if the game's dang 37 all going into overtime? I'm up watching the thing.
Yeah.
And I know the people in the stadium ain't leaving. So, it should be able to go back and forth. And, they got the touch. If you score a touchdown, the other team should score, whatever. But I don't think it should ever end in a tie, literally ever, especially when it's dang 40-4. I know you can't really say, hey, Goodell, let's extend the game. This game's 37 up going into overtime. You can't really do that, but there's no reason a game that good should end in a tie. No way.
I agree. I 100% agree.
No way. Packers are good, though. They've had a really weird 2 weeks, but they are good.
Jumping into the next game, and another just probably the nastiest injury this week. Jets lose. The Dolphins get it done, but Tyreek Hill had one of, if not the worst injury of the year so far as gruesome looking. It was bad, and I think reports today tore his ACL and had some other ligament damage that was pretty severe. He's out for the year for sure. And when the players are on the field praying for the dude, guy's knees sideways, as someone that's dislocated their knee and got away without ligament damage, I couldn't imagine how terrible that would be to have all of what he did at one time and looking down at your leg, looking back at you, not exactly what you want. But I don't wish injury on anyone. I don't think Tyreek Hill's the greatest dude off the field, but great talent on it. And I hate that he got hurt like that. I brought this up with turf earlier. This one wasn't turf. He just got tackled in a really bad position. His knee got twisted. It happens. It's football. But
yeah, yep. It was a bad one, man. And the way Tyreek Hill plays, I've been very vocal about this since it happened. Pretty sure I texted you this too. If he never plays football ever again, if that's the last play we saw from Tyreek Hill, I'm not really surprised.
Yeah.
Due to how he plays, and he's so quick twitch and speed oriented, man. If you have something like that happen,
it changes
your
speed for sure.
It's not gonna be there. He's not gonna want to get hit. He's not gonna be shifty or as shifty as he was. And if he is, it's a miracle, just straight from God.
Yeah.
But man, we're talking about him being off the field, and again, he's not a great guy, but man, no one deserves that. Like we said,
no, absolutely not.
Just gruesome stuff. But yeah, that's all about Tyreek. I hope he makes a full recovery. I hope he plays again, but I wouldn't be surprised if that's the last play we saw from Tyreek Hill. That's not.
I don't think we see Tyreek Hill in Miami again. If so, I think
that's fair. Especially, I thought this was mad weird too. Him clapping after that was mad weird. I don't know what that was about. I don't know if he was he probably wanting out of Miami if we're being honest, but that's just gonna make people feel a little less sorry for your legs sticking that way.
It's another thing with just receivers being an eye guy and not a team guy. Another thing with the AJ Brown situation, he was at a contender with the Chiefs. He wasn't happy there and leaves to go to Miami. And he looked great in Miami. His first couple years in Miami, he's one of the best receivers in the league. And now, like you said, the way he plays, that injury is going to affect him a lot more than it would affect a big body receiver or like a less of a route runner like him. But that very well could have ended his career, and I definitely think it ended his career in Miami.
Yeah.
But looking at the Jets side of things, Justin Fields and Breece Hall, I mean, what do you do if you're the Jets? Because they're another team that's bad, but you're not bad enough to tank or do. I don't know.
You got Garrett Wilson too, and I just I know their offensive line's hurt. Elijah Vera Tucker's been out for the year. That's been a thing. He tore his triceps in the preseason. I don't know if you want to pack this one in yet. I mean, what are you, 1-2? No, you're 2-2.
2-2,
right? Yeah, you don't pack this in. You're in a weak division. Like I said, there's no reason to say, okay, we're cooked. The Dolphins are supposed to win that one at home. They are. They have one game, like, perfect opportunity to win.
Pretty sick jerseys, by the way. Those blackout Dolphins jerseys are nice.
Yeah, it was awesome. I thought they were the best jerseys I've seen all year. Those and the Cardinals jerseys they wore on Thursday night, the two best ones I've seen for sure.
I agree.
But yeah, I think the Jets are going to go about 6 and they play 17 games. They'll go 6-11, 7-10, typical Jets stuff. Get a good draft pick, and they need to draft the right position. So they're not horrible though. They're not as bad as they're not in the Saints tier of bad, not in the Titans tier of bad. They're not that bad.
I actually made a trade for Breece Hall today that I think I won by a pretty large margin. Braylon Allen goes down, so Breece is going to get more volume. They play Dallas next week, which allowed the most points to running backs, I think. I traded Trey Benson and Joe Mixon, and Joe Mixon may not play this year. Like,
why not play?
They said there's it's like probably a 50 up for grabs at this point if he plays or not, and them giving Woody Marks the ball does not, even if he does come back, I don't really love him.
He's tough, dude.
And I like Trey Benson a lot, and Trey Benson is pretty big give up, but I mean, when you're getting Breece Hall projected to be a top 10 running back for the rest of the season, you know, I couldn't not do that deal.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with you.
And the Bengals, just another team. Do you pack it up? Do you trade for J-Mo? They lose to the Broncos 28-3. And I feel like if the Broncos are going to make a move, they have to do it sooner than later. I mean, you have to do it now.
The Broncos or the Bengals?
Or the Bengals, not the Broncos. I apologize. Yeah, the Bengals just...
I don't know.
The
weird thing is, I don't think they will, because I don't really just think they will. I think they could use an offensive lineman. I was talking about with you. I was talking about this with you today.
Earlier today, yeah.
If they just lose and they keep losing, and you still get Joe Burrow for the last 2 games of the year, you're not going to beat anyone. And what do you need? Offensive linemen. So you just keep losing, and you go get the guy from Miami, Francis, however you say his last name, Algoa, I think. He's going to be a Pro Bowl guy. I mean, he is that good, and he's that big. And I mean, worst case scenario, you get Caden Proctor at like 10 if you somehow win games. So you can get what you need from the draft. I don't think there's reason to trade. Does Jake Browning suck? Sure, yeah. As a fantasy player, do you want Jake Browning traded? Absolutely. But if you're the Bengals, I don't really think you do. I think that might be a thought in their mind. And, you know, I say that and they could trade tomorrow and, you know, all will be right in the world. But I think they're okay with losing right now, honestly.
Yeah, and another problem is if they go to trade for J-Mo, is the Giants are going to ask a lot out of J-Mo because of how bad the Bengals need a quarterback. And I like what you're saying. I don't think even if you do get Joe Burrow back this year, unless you make a trade for an offensive lineman too, that you're going to win very many games, because if Joe Burrow can't play behind that offensive line, I love Jameis to death. Jameis Winston's not going to be able to play behind that offensive line if Joe Burrow can't.
Yeah. And I mean, he's out for 3 months. That's 12. It's 11, 12 games, no matter what. And he's going to get back. And dude, they might be bad enough. They just say you don't have to play. Like,
I think if they go that route, he won't play the rest of the season. Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I think there's a world they're just like, hey man, just let's get you healthy. I mean, when you're healthy, you're arguably the best quarterback in the league. You showed us that last year. And, you know, Joe, he's going to want to play.
I think he's the best pure passer in the NFL. And I'll stand on that point.
I absolutely agree with you. Yeah, I mean, if he's got a clean pocket, I mean, that brother's going to get the ball where he needs to go. But I think there's a world where they just pack it in. I really do.
Yeah.
And I think they're okay with it.
I hate it for the skill players like Jamar Chase being...
Yeah.
I think the best talents at receiver and the best receivers in the league are him and Jettis, and whichever 1-2 you want to put them. They don't
got quarterbacks.
They don't have quarterbacks, man. and they don't have offensive lines. The Vikings' offensive line isn't. It's pretty. I mean, it's not terrible like the Bengals is.
It's good when they're healthy. They're not.
Yeah,
they're not healthy
but
right
it's
now.
hurt, and they're not good right now. And at the end of the day, like we've said earlier, receivers are divas. Receivers want to get paid, so receivers are. I think there's a less likelihood of Jamar Chase leaving the Bengals just because of his like loyalty to Joe Burrow and those two's chemistry. But I could see a world where Jettis is out of Minnesota at some point. I mean, I really can. And
I don't think he's a Minnesota lifer whatsoever.
I don't think so either.
No chance.
I mean, you know who needs a wide receiver, Ron?
Who?
You don't know who needs? Josh Allen needs a wide receiver, Ron.
Dude, that would be awesome. That would be awesome.
There's a lot of wide receivers that could end up getting traded. I mean, he made I won't say washed, but an older Amari Cooper, and on his way out, Amari Cooper looked pretty good with Josh Allen. I mean, and Amari Cooper's talented receiver, veteran receiver at the time, and I mean, he was really good for a long time. But you give Josh Allen and A.J. Brown a Jettis, I don't think a Jamar's in the – like I said, I don't think Jamar's ever going to be gone from the Bengals or he'll ever be gone from Joe Burrow. No. But, I mean, even a T. Higgins. I mean, T. Higgins would be miles above the receivers that Josh Allen has right now. And Josh Allen's still winning football games. Like, I think Josh Allen's the best quarterback in the league, especially right now. And I don't think it's very close. But I think you have to get Josh Allen a receiver.
I don't know. And I think the Bills might go down the route that the Chiefs have gone down with Mahomes. You know, they paid Allen a bunch of money already, and the Chiefs did what they did because they know Mahomes can win with minimal receiver talent. Now, Shakir is good. Shakir is good. They already drafted Keon Coleman. Like, they have decent enough receivers to where I think they're just going to draft. I mean, Kincaid's a good tight end, so is Knox. I mean, their line's very good, and Cook's a great skill guy behind him. So I don't really know. I mean, obviously, like to the like common eye, like yes, Josh Allen needs a top tier receiver, but if you're the Bills, I think you can stay and just draft defense, and you sign those guys to very minimal contracts. Like Shakir's not going to want a lot of money. I mean, Keon might in the future, but if he does, say, hey, buddy, we can find someone else to go catch the ball. Like that's just the nature of the game, and I think obviously T. Higgins would be awesome with Josh Allen, and so would Jettis, but they can't pay both Jettis and Josh Allen to still have a football team. Same reason why Tyreek had to get out of Kansas City. Same reason that he had to leave.
And on that note, that's our last game of the week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yep.
And
let's go fast. Let's go fast with these pick'ems. Let's go quick.
San Francisco versus the Rams. I'm taking the Rams.
I'm going Rams for sure.
Minnesota, Cleveland. Kind of a toss up.
Tough one. I'm gonna take Minnesota.
I think I am too. I almost took Cleveland. I'm kind of 50-50 on that one. But then Houston and Baltimore. Baltimore with no Lamar Jackson as of right now.
This is strange. I'm going to take Houston because of the lack of defense from Baltimore.
I don't think the Baltimore surrounding offense is good enough without Lamar to win a game against this defense. Miami and Carolina. Miami with
Nasty.
No Tyreek Hill. I think Miami.
I'm going Carolina.
Really?
I think Carolina's going to win this one.
I think this is another toss-up. Yeah, I'm going to go Miami. Las Vegas versus Indiana.
Indy. Give me Indy. Vegas sucks on defense, especially against the run. JT's going to have a field day.
Yeah, I don't see them stopping JT, but I think this game's closer than people might think, but I'm still going to go Indy.
Maybe so.
Giants versus New Orleans. I think New Orleans beats the Giants.
That's stinky. I'm going to go Josh. No, not Josh. I don't know who Josh is. Jackson Dart coming back to the South. Going to win in New Orleans.
I'm going to take New Orleans. We'll disagree on that, but Dallas versus the Jets.
Yeah, I'm going to take Dallas here.
I think the Jets beat them. I think the Jets' offense is coming off a good game against the Dolphins. They want to win. I think the Jets are at home. Are the Jets at home?
They are.
Yeah.
They are, but it's MetLife.
Yeah,
no one's going to be there.
And, yeah. Denver versus Philly, another good game.
Oof. Game of the week.
Yeah.
I think this might be where Philly loses, but I'm not going to pick against them.
As much as I think Denver might have the best defense in the NFL. If not, it's got to be the Seahawks. But if Philly's, I'm going to take Denver because I don't think Philly has the offense figured out, and I think this is the week they realize that they finally do need to figure it out. And then another kind of one's Tennessee, Arizona.
Cardinals, no doubt. Tennessee literally might not win a game.
Yeah,
this year,
I'm taking Cardinals. Tampa Bay versus the Seahawks, another great game.
This is a great one. I'm going Seattle at home.
I think Baker gets it done against Seattle this week. I do.
Come on.
Detroit, Cincinnati, it's just Detroit. I mean, there's nothing else to say about that game. No Joe Burrow. Detroit's one of the best teams.
Yeah.
Washington versus the Chargers. Jaden Daniels probably going to play. Terry McLaurin probably not going to play. I think I'm going to take the Chargers. The Washington's pass defense hasn't been good.
Yeah, and as a Commanders fan, I am going to pick the Chargers here. Chargers are playing at home. Chargers are a good team, and I'm not sold on how good we are yet. So I'm going to pick the Chargers.
New England versus Buffalo. I'm going to go with Buffalo, but I wouldn't be. I mean, it would not shock me very much if New England went in there and won this football game. To be totally honest with you, New England's a good team.
I agree. They are.
Kansas City versus Jacksonville could end up being a good game.
I'm taking the Jags. Enough said. Jags are a good team.
I think I'm going to agree with you, dude. I really do. With Strange coming out,
Jags are good.
Whenever Brian Thomas decides that he has a pulse. Now, we don't have my pick'em record from last week because I didn't have time to go through that today, but Rome went 11-4-1, and I believe that last week he probably beat me because I think we differed on a lot, and if you won 11...
Did you pick the Seahawks? We go there right now. You picked the Seahawks, right?
Yes.
Okay, so that's 1-1 or 1-0. You picked the Commanders 1-1.
Yes.
Or did you pick the Falcons?
I picked the Commanders.
Okay.
I think.
Okay.
Because I think I said Marcus Mariota goes in there and win, but I picked the Lions, so 2-1.
That's 2-1. Steelers 3-1.
Yeah.
Bills 4-1. Texans 5-1. Did you pick the Pats?
Who did they play?
Panthers.
Yes, I did pick Pats. I believe.
6-1. 6-2 because of the Chargers.
Mm-hmm.
Did you pick the Bucks over the Eagles?
I don't think so.
I think you did either. 7-2. You picked the Rams. It's 8-2. You picked the Niners over the Jags. It's 8-3. You picked the Ravens over the Chiefs.
8-4.
That's 8-4. You picked the Raiders, didn't you, over the Bears, right?
I think I chose the Bears because of Ben Johnson. I think I made that point.
Oh, but you picked the Raiders because you picked them to boom or something because
I think I chose the Bears, but I'm tossed up on that one. I don't know which one I chose for sure.
Yeah, so that's 9-4. Packers Cowboys tied 9-4-1. You picked the Fins, right?
I did pick the Fins. Yes.
It's 10-5 or 10-4-1, and then you picked the Broncos, so that's 11-4-1. So we tied.
If that's correct, that very well, I could have went 5-7 for all we know, but or 5-9, whatever it would be, 5-10. And then fantasy recap for our teams this week will be quick. I've made a trade for Breece Hall. My running back room is now, and I traded for Genty. My running back room is Breece Hall, Genty, Kamara, and Bucky, which is pretty nasty, honestly. But I'm 1-3. Yeah. I had Drake London, Genty, and who else on my team went off last week? Who played well? Someone else played well on my team.
Yeah, they did.
Bucky,
I forgot who it was.
Bucky, Genty, and Drake London, and I still lost. Dude put up 150. Everybody else in my lineup pretty much had single digits. Herbert had 12, but just my team's too good to keep losing. It's an 8-man playoff, so I'm okay. If I sneak in there at the 6th spot, I like my odds of winning right now. If there's not another trade made in that league again, I think I have the best team, in my opinion, just because I think my depth is unreal. But Rome's team's good. Wyatt has a good team. And I think those are the best 3. Brant's team has turned out pretty good because he had Odunze. His receivers were questionable after the draft. He has Odunze and Devontae Adams, so he's fine now. Brant has a pretty solid team.
Mm-hmm. I lost. I would have beat any other team in the league besides the one I played and one more. I mean, I can't really be mad at. Let's see how many points I scored on that.
You scored 138, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I can't really be too mad at that. 138 to 152. Good game.
Mine was kind of the same with 130 and 150, or 128 and 150. So
yeah, I mean, Devo caught a long touchdown, and so did Garrett Wilson. And I mean, at the end of the day, that's going to get you beat. Bo Nix did what he was supposed to do. Jacobs did what he was supposed to do. 31. Just declined the dumb trade that I got offered. It's whatever. I was just wanting to get Jordan Mason, and I just want T. Higgins off my team. But I'm 2-2. Gonna lose this week because I got a bunch of buys going on. Starting to Ramondre Stevenson at running back, so pray for me. Did go 5-1 in all my leagues this week, so that's a flex, I guess. Never won that many.
In my other
won
league
3 super gritty ones.
With Connor Lohman, if he's listening, he knows that. And Connor Lohman called me Skip, as in Skip Bayless, because I have some hot sports takes, and I'm sure you'll hear on this show at some point. There are a few, but Skip's 4-0 in that league, Coach. What do we think about that? Skip is 4-0. Now, granted, he's 3-1, and his team's putting up like 150 points a week. But Skip hadn't lost a ball game yet, and if I come into that league, and he's extending it to a 12-man league next year, Rome. So if I can slide you into that league, I will try my best.
I'll beat all y'all. Don't worry. I got 2 3-1s. Let's say 2 3-1s, 3 2-2s, and 1-3. The 1-3 is an absolute abomination, but it's not a buy-in, so I don't really care.
My 1-3 team is miles better than that 4-0 team too. That's what's crazy.
That's insane. I won a game 98-97 in an 8-man. So I mean
98-97 in an 8-man.
98-97 in an 8-man. Dylan Finch, if you're listening to this, I own you, little boy. Yeah, but he's probably not listening, so it's fine. But yeah, guys, that's going to do it. 15 minutes-ish shorter on the time this week, so going to shoot to be better next week, especially with no Ryder Cup. That's been the biggest request from everyone, to be shorter. But if you're listening this deep again, we appreciate you very, very much. We hope to see you again next week. Griffin, had a dang good time with you talking some ball.
Absolutely.
And some golf. It's always a pleasure, of course. Hit my line if you want to trade. I mean, you always want to trade. So
I've got to get a 2-for-1 done. I've got to get Rashad White. There's a chance Bucky doesn't play this week, so I've got to get something done. But I don't have a droppable dude on my team. Like, the most droppable guy right now is Jacoby Myers. So
yeah, drop him. I mean, I need him. I think. I don't know at this point, and I think my team's pretty solid.
We'll figure something out.
We just gotta act like it. We're good on talent. We just gotta act like we're good.
Once CD's back, my team's gonna be fine. I think I win
I don't
these
know
next
if you
3.
Can lose.
I don't think I lose any of these next 3 games. I played the guy that Malik Neighbors just went down. And
I'm going to lose to Justice this week, and Justice is 0-4, and I'm projected to lose, and that's okay. Oh, because I have Ramadre playing. It's fine.
You won't lose Justice, I don't think. But,
dude, no. We'll have Josh Jacobs on bye, and Josh Jacobs carries me. Like, let's see right here.
Oh, yeah, you've got a couple Packers guys.
Yeah, I have Jacobs on bye and DJ Moore on bye. T. Higgins sucks. So, like, yeah, I'm playing, like, BTJ and Ramadre and Bo Nix. So, like,
well, BTJ's do.
It's not going to be great. Yeah, but, against Trent McDuffie, probably not.
No.
But we'll see. Again, guys, that is going to be it for the second edition of the Lunch Table Podcast. Thank you guys for listening. See you next week.
Absolutely.